Bawak, thank you very much. And they'll be coming back soon because I know you love that. I was saying earlier that we're going to talk a lot about violence today because it is a an extremely important topic. And to talk about the International Day for the Elimination of All Forms of Violence Against Women, we have with us today our very own Ansang.
Thank you.
And you're very welcome. You're very welcome to the Monday Show. It's good to be with you too.
Thank
we also have with us Madame Alette Mbondo. You're very welcome to the Monday Show.
Thank you.
All right. And before we get into the topic proper,
yes.
maybe you have a definition of violence because you know some women, they just live it and they think it's normal. So maybe you could give us a definition or your definition of violence.
Okay. Violence, according to the United Nations, is causing harm to a person. In this case, violence against women, to women and girls, that sometimes could lead to death. Now, harm in this definition doesn't limit to physical, but it could also be psychological, emotional. And this bracket of violence also includes forms such as sexual violence. This is something which our context doesn't know because a husband sexually violating his wife is not in our African definition, but it is in the definition of violence against women. So we need to give examples sometimes in our context in Cameroon. Battering of women is a form of violence. Rape is a form of violence. It could even be rape amongst married couples between a husband and wife is possible when a wife doesn't want to and the man forces the wife against her will. Sometimes it causes psychological, it could cause even physical damage. We have doctors who can confirm what we're trying to explain. And sometimes it's cultural practices that we think are normal for us, such as female genital mutilation we have in the north as well as the southwest regions, we should say now. And sometimes we think they are given. There are things that are normal, but they are not normal, and that's why we have this day to eliminate these forms of violence.
So tell us about this day. How is the UN, what does the UN think about this day? What are they planning for this day?
Yes, I'm sure Alex will give us more light on that, but International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women is today, 25th of November. And today, 2013, it's a special one because the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has asked all member states, all peoples of the world, to use the color orange. And that's why we're in orange. We have those of us here.
I should be in orange too.
If I'd known, I should have made you be in orange. Forgive me, that's an oversight on our part. We were in orange the whole day, and we're going to be in orange for the next 16 days because the International Day to Eliminate Violence continues for 6 days to the Human Rights Day, which is 10th of December. So we use this occasion to use this orange color to raise awareness, to make women know that we need to understand that violence is an issue which they must speak out, and then to let men also know. And I like the dance from Bawak because we'll be with the phone of Bawak and many other phones to say our traditional practices are doing things that are not right, that are not making women feel as part of their country or as part of their nation, and they are even killing some of our women. There are statistics that reflect that 1 out of every 3 women has experienced a form of violence. That's not normal, and that has an impact even on our economy. It has an impact on our children, on our communities, and everything else. So we had a series of events. I'm sure Alex will be
okay. Alex, maybe you give us what are the activities of this 16 days we started today?
Okay, thank you very much. We have started today with the launching of the campaign by doing a lot of sensitization through the radio, through the media. We also use the social media. You know that with mondialization, we have to use that. And as Anne told you, at the level of the UN system, we did the mobilization of the UN staff. So today, all the UN staff were wearing orange, yes, to be part of that campaign, to be part of that, how can I say, that message to say no to violence against women. So we are going to continue with activities in the Northwest tomorrow. We will have a 2-day sensitization with traditional leaders of the Northwest in Bamenda. So we are going also to raise awareness, but at that time, at the local level, at the community level, because what we are saying is just not for national, for Yaoundé people, but we need to reach the message at the level of the grassroots. So after that, we are going to work with journalists. You know, we need you to let the message go through. So we are going to work with journalists in Douala for a 2-day training on violence against women reporting, how to report violence. Because sometimes they are saying that it's women who are, you know, looking for violence. You are the
violating the
cause.
men.
Yes, yes. And so we want to say that to journalists that, see, please, just analyze this situation or this phenomena of violence against women with different angles. So when we will finish that, we will have a lot of, how can I say it, advocacy activities now with decision makers. So we have an activity that we are planning with the Ministry of, we call it gender, but MINPROF. We have 2 activities of advocacy. And first of all, we are going to work with the new deputy. So to show them, you know, the current situation of violence against women, so that we can propose now solutions, and we are going to let them to decide on what they are going to do. And we hope that by the 10th, we will have finished our campaign and people will know more about violence against women.
So the Secretary General is saying we cannot tolerate violence against women in no circumstance. And so that's why we work with groups, men's network. We're going out, as Aled did say. We work also with women's groups like in Sobati. They're here with us at the moment. They call them in Sobawa. Thank you for joining us always. They're working with us with the United Nations. They're one good example where they go in hinterland and try to talk to the women. I like what you said, and we must come closer to you. Micro programs will do it just as what the Sobawa are doing, talking to the women in their clusters, and then from their clusters talking to men also, and bringing the men and women together for us to unite and end violence. Violence against women, so men think it is, we are also battered. Why are you talking about women? But it's because the statistics are showing that it is not proper.
It's more
for the women
than us.
And so we have to think
Thank
about
you,
that.
Anne. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you so much,
I'd like to
Rose.
just read this, what the UN Secretary General said. We must unite. Violence against women must not be tolerated in any form, in any context, in any circumstance, by any political leader or by any government. There can be no exceptions, no excuses, and no delays. So, unite.
Thank you so much.
Let's go back to the
You're
power.
our peace man. You're our ambassador. Thank you.